It takes 67 days to literally, with brain scans, understand that a limiting belief can actually be eliminated. It can, but it takes that long to make it happen. And it takes daily practice. And what people don't realize is you've had these since you were little. And so whether you're 35, 45, 55, 65, you got to deal with it or it will completely continue to come back into your world.
Welcome to the Life Coaching for Mompreneurs podcast, where you will learn simple solutions to win at work without losing at home. Hi, my name is Martine Williams, and I am your host and CEO, your Chief Encouragement Officer. And this podcast is your one-stop shop to creating a burnout-proof life and business by elevating your clarity, confidence, and courage. Friends, it's time to say goodbye to being the yes girl, to procrastinating on your goals and living in overwhelm. And it's time to say hello to creating healthy boundaries, healthy mindsets, and healthy habits so that you can achieve work-life harmony. Your next breakthrough starts here. This is the Life Coaching for Mompreneurs podcast. Let's do this. Well, hey friends, welcome back to the show. I'm excited for today's Turquoise Talk guest, Hilary DeCesare. She is a 3 times best-selling author, award-winning peak performance coach with 25 years of experience, and the host of the top 1.5% podcast, Relaunch to Rich Life. She's named one of Success Magazine's top 10 coaches of 2025 alongside Mel Robbins. Hilary masterfully blends neuroscience, ancient wisdom, and business expertise through her signature 3Q framework. We go all into detail on the 3Q framework, so I can't wait for you to hear about that. And transformational experiential events, empowering leaders to fully unlock their potential. We talk about tuning in, her tune in process. Y'all have heard me here on the podcast talk about don't check out, check in. So you're going to love us talking about the tune in process. And as a former Silicon Valley CEO featured on ABC's Secret Millionaire, Hilary is known for her approachable, intuitive, and authentically refreshing style, specializing in helping ambitious professionals shift from feeling stuck to confidently relaunching into their rich life. And I love how she uses the word relaunch. The reframe around that word in our life alone is worth listening to this episode. So without further ado, you're going to love this conversation that I had with Hilary. I'm so excited that she came on the show. So let's get to it. Well, hey friends, welcome back to the show. I'm so excited today for another Turquoise Talk guest, Hilary DeCesare. Thank you so much, Hilary, for coming on the show. I cannot wait to have this conversation.
Martine, it's going to be so good. And hopefully it will impact a lot of people listening.
I know it will. I know it will. We were talking, for those of you listening, we were talking prior, and just a really, I can tell you just have a really great heart and passion for the work that you do. So let's just kind of start there. Tell me a little bit about you, your family, and how you got into the work that you're doing today.
So I have to say that my entire beginning came out of Silicon Valley. I was a high-tech girl and worked at corporate for almost 10 years, Oracle. It was definitely a man's world. I fought like crazy. I was that, when the Lean In book came out, I was like, I'm leaning in, I'm doing everything. And I leaned into such a point of exhaustion. And I got the things that I was leaning in for and realized I'm not resonating. I'm not aligned with anything. I mean, anything that I was doing. I was going to work in the morning. My kids were still asleep. I was getting home and they were still asleep.
Right.
And I was missing it. I was missing something very fundamental within me. And so I decided after 10 years to do something really crazy, because I was definitely kind of that rocket ship. I decided to step away. I had 3 little kids at the time, and it was a scary decision. It was one of those, I had no idea what I was doing. I ended up launching a business, which was consulting, which is now called coaching. I help people grow and scale their companies. Okay. And during that time, I was like, I'm still missing. It's not connecting. I still feel like there's a disconnect within me. And so relaunches, which is the name of my company, relaunch started to happen. And I had them happen personally, professionally, and they were pretty intense. And I
Yeah.
had health issues. I ended up getting melanoma. I
Mm.
ended up getting a divorce.
Mm.
And I'm like, what is happening? I finally
Yeah.
decide to, take a step away from what I'm doing. And it felt like the walls were just coming in. I couldn't even breathe. I was just
Yeah.
like, I was so overwhelmed by it all. And it was literally that moment in time where I don't know if maybe you've had one of these
Mm.
moments. I was driving up the driveway at our house and the garage door, I clicked the button and it was
Mm.
like click, 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 like
Yeah.
so slowly going up. I'm like, oh my God. And now my garage is going to break. Like I was just
Yeah.
like, what?
What is happening?
Yeah, what is happening? But
Yeah.
it triggered something inside of me. And I
Mm.
heard this really loud voice saying, I'm done.
Mm.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like, what am I done with? And my mom, I'd
Mm.
been on the road for 10 days and my mom was inside the house taking care of the kids. And I walk in, she's making dinner. The house is a disaster.
Yeah.
And I felt like I'd lost control of everything because all I wanted to like look at her and say is like, really? Dinner's
Mm-hmm.
like 2 hours late. The house is a disaster. And I'm thinking to myself, what have I turned into? And
Right.
she looked at me at that moment and could read me to a T. And she's like, where has Hilary gone?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was like that knife in my heart.
Mm-hmm.
And all I could think of is, I have no idea.
Yeah, no, I so resonate with that. For, the listeners, they kind of know my story. I was in direct sales for 16 years. The top of the company, performance loop, was caught up all in the performance loop, doing,
Like,
having the success that I really set out to have. And I just remember like looking in the mirror and going, hello, who is there? Like, what's happening here? And left that company, resigned from that company 3 years ago to really pursue coaching and speaking full time. And it was kind of like that moment where like, this doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense on paper to make this transition. I don't know how this is going to work. But I just knew in my heart of hearts and in my gut that I was done there. Like my assignment at that company was done and there was more for me to do with the women that I wanted to work with. But it is I talk about it on here. It's kind of the quiet burnout that no one talks about, is this like discomfort, this like, there's something going, like unsettledness inside, and this identity that we lose in pursuit of success and trying to be everyone to being everything to everyone except to ourselves. And so I appreciate you sharing that story, because there's so many women that are listening that resonate with that and also don't know what to do with that. Right.
100%.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
key right there. There
Yeah.
was a retreat that I held and I asked people, and it was this was so awesome because I was like at the last minute, I decided to hand everyone face wipes to clean off
Mm.
their makeup. And I said, we're going to do something here. I'm going to do it with you. We took everything off of our face. And I said, all right, right now we're raw. We're raw.
Mm.
There's nothing here, but it's just you.
Yeah.
And I said, now I want to ask you, how many masks do you put on during the day? We just had the
Mhm.
makeup mask. We just had like whatever that mask was.
Right.
And I started to ask them about specific questions around it, like your work mask, your mom mask, your family mask, when you're kind of like crushing it mask. There's all these masks.
Yeah.
And then I said, all right, let's go through this. How many have, 1 to 3 masks that you're wearing?
Mm.
Hands went up. Then, kept going all the way up to the last person had 20 plus masks. And I just
Wow.
looked at everyone. I'm like, it's exhausting.
Exhausting. Yes.
It's just like I literally could feel when I said at that point, is there a way to
Mm-hmm.
connect who you really are
Yeah.
internally? Because I had to go through all of this myself to really, it's a journey. It's a
It
journey.
is. Yeah.
And I call it self harmony.
Mm-hmm.
It's the self harmony key. Like, how do you go from that point of who the heck am I
Mm-hmm.
to, wow, I really maybe even don't like myself,
Mm-hmm.
to, there's a lot of people out there that are saying, love yourself, love life, love your
Right.
business, love, 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 love. And you're like, I don't even like me.
Right.
How
Yeah.
can I go to love? And so it's that crossing the chasm. It's like that
Mm-hmm.
huge, if you think about, the Grand Canyon,
Mm-hmm.
Evel Knievel jumping over and everything. People can't jump and
No.
sustain it. You can do it for
Yep.
a short period of time. Oh yeah, motivation, I'm just
Mm-hmm.
going to focus all in, but it ends up pulling you back again. And so
Yeah.
I always say try not to go from that point of like I'm really not where I want to be. I'm really not liking myself that much, and
Yeah.
try to jump over the like. Let's
Yeah.
go like first and then we can go love.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
once I accepted that, once I started to think like, yeah, then I started to look at, all right, today I've been coaching for almost 25 years, but at that
Mm-hmm.
point it was, 10, 15 years. And I thought, what is really going on with people?
Yeah.
We're so boxed into the identity of what we're supposed to be doing, the
Yes.
mask that we're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be wearing,
Yeah.
and we've lost touch with, and we're so head driven. I have a method called 3HQ, the headquarters of you. The
Mm-hmm.
three H's are your head, get out of your head.
Yeah.
Thoughts are ruminating, get into your heart,
Mm-hmm.
really get into your heart so that you can access your highest self, the best version of you,
Yeah.
your connection with spirit, your connection with like your soulful
Yeah.
experience on this earth.
Yeah.
And if we really look at and after being in high tech for a gazillion years, and I'm like, I really don't want to be doing that anymore. I want to be growing and learning and helping and
Mm-hmm.
healing.
Mm-hmm.
And so the 3HQ process, if you think about the only way to modify, change your subconscious is through feeling.
Yeah.
That's it. It can't be thinking your way
Yeah.
into, hey, I don't like that. I'm hearing a little self sabotage in my head. I'm just going to think my way through it. Affirmations like,
That
oh,
is so me. I feel like I'm being called out right now. Like the timing of this conversation is really impeccable because like I do feel like this has been a work in progress for me probably over the last 5 years is getting out of my head and into my heart and what that actually looks like.
what it
And
means.
I do think as high performers, and a lot of the women listening are high performers, like we do go to the head,
Yeah,
and like
always.
I know how to think all the positive thoughts. I know how to change my thoughts to create different emotions, but it's the allowance of what's the real emotion happening right now. And I
Exactly.
think that's really hard for a lot of high performers because they're like, I'm too busy to deal with that emotion. I just need to keep moving.
And here's the problem with the underlying of that is
Hmm.
that your limiting beliefs, the beliefs that are literally pulling you back, that were
Yeah.
shaped by thoughts and emotions repeated over time when you were young.
Yeah.
I call them bugs, beliefs
Mhm.
underground surfacing. Your
Yeah.
bugs. We
I
all
love
have
that.
bugs. All
Yeah.
have bugs. You can force them down. You can. There's a great description of this in my book, Relaunch: Spark Your Heart to Ignite Your Life, where I talk about hell in the hallway, and
Mm.
that you just keep closing the doors, like you just described. Just shut that door. Just shut that door. Shut that. Whatever it is, health
Mhm.
issues, shut the door. Relationship issues, shut that door. Business issues, shut that door. But here's the thing about bugs:
Mhm.
you may think, "Oh, I've done all the work. I've done
Mhm.
it." But then
Yeah.
what happens? Let's just talk about revenue. You have a really great quarter and you're like, yes, I'm
Yeah.
back. I'm on this uphill. Like, this is so great. And then the next quarter, you slam down.
Mhm.
And people are like, Hilary, what happened? Like, I,
Mhm.
I did everything. Nothing changed. Nothing changed because your brain, your mind is hardwired,
Mhm.
and you can't, your bugs are there no matter if you put them behind the door. They're
Right.
still going to come through the under the door, that little
Right.
space. They're still going to come through the keyhole. They're going to come, and they're going to come at the worst time
Yeah.
when you're
Yeah.
like, wait, everything is great. What just
Mhm.
happened?
Mhm.
And so once you understand that, until you, from a neuroscience perspective, really blast it, and it's not something that you can be like, okay, I'm just going to be doing my affirmations and I'm going to do it for a week
Yeah.
or 2 or 3. It takes 67 days
Mhm.
to literally, with brain scans, understand that a limiting belief can actually be eliminated. It
Right.
can, but
Yep.
it takes that long to make it happen, and it
Yeah.
takes daily practice. And what people don't realize is you've had these bugs since you were little. And
Yeah.
so whether you're 35, 45, 55, 65, you got to deal with it or it
Yeah.
will completely continue to come back into your world.
Yeah. And I think what I have found with the women that I work with is once we identify what some of those bugs are, there's so much shame around, well, I shouldn't be thinking that or I shouldn't be feeling that. And it's like it's so easy to go into that shame cycle versus just being in an acceptance of this is just where you are. It's not who you are, it's just where you are right now. And like you said, with time, we can get through that. It's just, again, it's like either I don't have time to deal with it or like,
Right.
why am I feeling this way? Why am I thinking this thing? And so it brings on a lot of shame and judgment. So then we just push it down because we're like, well, that felt horrible too. I don't want to feel that. And just prolongs that whole process.
So Dr. David Hawkins came up
Mhm.
with the energy frequency chart. And this is something that I continue to go back to.
Okay.
When you have, as you just said, the shame or the
Mm-hmm.
blame, I shouldn't be thinking this. Here's the problem. You are then operating from a low energetic level.
Mm-hmm.
So when you think about shame, blame, they're at like 20, 30 on the frequency chart. If you're
Mm-hmm.
looking at love, joy, we're talking like 500 plus. Well, at about 100 is fear. And
Mm-hmm.
when you think about
Mm-hmm.
the limiting beliefs are doing their job. They are trying to, your subconscious has literally two things that it is supposed to be doing for you, keeping you safe and keeping you familiar.
Yep.
Right? That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yep.
all it does. It's not trying to keep you in a success environment.
No, it's not.
It's
It's
keeping
like,
you
stop
safe.
taking action because this is scary. Stop
Yeah.
doing that.
It doesn't want you to change anything. If you're
Yeah.
trying to get from six figures to seven figures and you've got a bug around your finance, around money, it's going to
Mm-hmm.
keep
Yeah.
pulling you back to what your identity is based on. And your identity is based on all the accumulation of your bugs.
Right.
So, in order to really access your goals, right? Like, I really want to 2x, 3x, 10x my revenue this year. I want to scale my business. I want to have it all. I want to have a
Right.
rich life in health and wealth and relationships.
Mm-hmm.
You need to look at if I have these goals, these
Mm-hmm.
objectives, and you're not seeing that in your life, it means that you're operating at a lower energetic frequency.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where 3HQ comes into place. The 3HQ, the head, the heart, the highest self. And the way you can tell is just by looking at
Yeah.
what's going on in your business. Look at what's going on with your personal life. Look at what's going on with your kids. It's
Mm-hmm.
a direct reflection of you.
Yeah.
So we know if you are not where you want to be, you're operating from a low energetic perspective.
Mm.
So people will ask me, all right, Hilary, I get this 3HQ. I'm in my head. I'm not tapping into my heart. I'm not at an energetic level because I don't have these things happening for me. How do I do it? How
Right.
do I
Yeah.
go when relaunches are happening, when things in my life suck, when things are not going the way I want them? How do I energetically get myself higher?
Yeah.
So what I had to do is I had to figure out after, literally probably hundreds of thousands of people that I have worked with, either from stage or in person, I
Right.
had to think of like, what have I been doing? What do I do with people? And then
Mm.
I came up with 3HQ and I said, all right, let's tune into that.
Yeah.
And let's do it with a 4-step process.
Mm-hmm.
And the tune in process 100% gets you into the 3HQ, the head, the heart, the highest self. But what it does is it allows for you to have things happen in your life, right? Health
Yeah.
issues, whether it's you, whether it's your family, business issues. And we know these are going to happen.
Yeah.
Relaunches, and I'm going to say it right now, will happen.
Right.
They will. There's no getting around them. They're going to happen. But
Yeah.
it's up to us what we do about them and how
Right.
we allow it to either take us down low vibration
Mm-hmm.
or allow us for very small moments in time to pop yourself back up. So
Yeah.
the tune in process is a 4-step process. And
Okay.
I would love to share it with you
Yes. I
if
love
you're
it.
open to it, even like take you through it, because I think that when people hear it and they hear your responses, it'll be like, I got it.
Hey, friend, let's talk. It's time to book your clarity call. We are going to spend 1 full hour focused on you. A clarity call isn't about pressure. It's about possibilities. It's about you. You having a space to talk through what's on your heart and mind, you walking away with a clear vision and practical next steps, and you feeling confident in what's next and how to get there. You don't need to have it all figured out. That's my job. All you need to do is show up and we'll figure it out together. This is the best hour you can invest in yourself right now. Not in 6 months from now, not next month, right now. And don't just take my word for it. Here's what one of my coaching clients had to say after working together.
Working with Martine has been such a blessing to not only my business, but to my personal life as well. I went from lacking confidence to being able to stand tall and proud of my work and life.
That transformation, it starts with one conversation. It's time to stop spinning your wheels and start making real progress. So head right now to martinewilliams.com or in the show notes and grab your private clarity call spot on my calendar before they're gone. And since I personally monitor my inbox, if you don't see a time slot that fits your calendar, just send me an email at martinewilliams.com with 3 times that do work, and I will make it work for you. All right, friend, let's get back to the show.
You've never heard this because we did not go through this before.
No, we didn't.
Step 1 is I'm going to ask you, and again, this could be as you're jumping onto one of your shows, as you're starting to go and talk to one of your clients, as you're about to go on to a different stage, whatever it is, you tune in. So right now, what is your biggest challenge that you have going on for you? Because step 1 is challenge, which is all in the head. This is a head part. So what would that be?
From a business standpoint, or do you?
We can do whatever feels right.
So from a business standpoint, I would say visibility.
Okay, perfect. And what does that mean to you? Part of step 1 is clarity. Clarity key all day long.
Yeah. I would say that just people knowing, the services that I offer and people knowing about, the coaching process, how I can help them. It's very clear when I get on a call with someone or I'm talking to someone in person or, on a phone call or on a Zoom, they get it and they understand. It's just, I told someone the other day, I said, I kind of feel like a speakeasy, I'm like this really cool place to hang out, but it's like, no one knows speakeasy unless you have,
so great.
Right. Unless you have the password. And so there's some days where it feels like that, right? I know that's not actually true, but that's how it feels sometimes. So for me, it's just, I want to be out in my community more and I want people to know, like, I have amazing opportunity to support you in your business as a mom entrepreneur, as a high achieving woman. So yeah, that's kind of where it's at.
Okay, that's amazing. And what just happened as you were even going through that and clarity around it, dopamine was actually going through your body. And the best part is that with this process, there's something called the daily dose, where dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins, all of these natural hormones that make you feel better energetically are being released. You don't even need to know when they're happening, but they're happening at every step. So step 1, biggest challenge, as you said, visibility, people knowing how can I help them, making sure that you are out there so that you can impact more people. Awesome. Right. Now we go into step 2, and step 2 is change the channel. We talk about when you have a challenge, step 1, I want to be more visible. I want to impact people. Energetically, that is a lower level emotion because you're all in your head. Yeah. So what we want to do is go, and this is highest self, 3 H's, head, heart, highest self. This is very highest self. We want to elevate you. And the way we do it is through song, music. And so in Change Your Channel, I'd like to know, what is a song that when you hear it, Martine, that you cannot be low energy, it lights you up. It literally makes you feel so great. What would that song be?
I mean, I'm an 80s and 90s girl. So, and people know this about me. My brain is made up 90% of lyrics. And so it's so beautiful that you're bringing up music because it is the thing that brings my energy up. On any given day, I can be listening to, praise and worship music. On another day, I can be listening to Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock, which is It Takes Two to Make a Thing Go Right is one of my favorite songs. That's actually a song I've come out on stage to. So
I love
definitely my entrance song.
Okay. It takes 2. All right. Let's just go. It takes 2 to make things all right. Okay. So what I want you to do, neuroscience says, in order to change your state, You have to listen to the song for at least 20 seconds. Now, the best part is you can listen internally or externally. This is the best part. You can do this anywhere, anytime, but you got to do it for 20 seconds. And the more you move your body as you're doing it, head to toe. So I want you right now, I want you to hear the song, think of the lyrics. I love that you even have that image of you walking on stage. We'll get there, but I want you to like literally move your body right now. I am going to change your state. All right. 20 seconds, go. 20 seconds, girl. 20 seconds. And I want to see you move. If you're watching us right now, she's standing, she's moving, she's laughing. Now, 20 seconds isn't long.
It's a long time. I know.
But it's not that long. You're almost there. You're almost there. Now, right now, that is, again, highest self. This is like best version of you right now.
Yeah.
So now we go to step 3. And in that step, you just had oxytocin. It's that bonding drug. It's like, oh my God, I feel so good. You may have memories being, if I had probes on your brain to be lighting up. Then we go to step 3. And step 3 is the mini movie in your mind. And here's the best part. You mentioned stage. You mentioned as you walk out. This is the greatest part of the mini movie in your mind part. You are going to visualize yourself on a stage. You are the star, you are the producer, you're the director, and you are wearing something. You're wearing
turquoise.
Something.
I'm wearing turquoise.
Okay, turquoise. You're going to 10x that turquoise. It is so bright. And everyone is looking at you saying, how did you actually do what you had as a challenge? How did you become visible? And you're like, I got it. I'm going to share with you everything I did. It all fell into place. And everyone's like, give me more of that, Martine. Give me more. Tell me more. And they're looking at you and you're vibrant and you're 10xing that color. How do you feel right now?
Amazing.
Amazing. I want you to 10x the amazing.
Yeah. I mean, I feel powerful. I feel in like the greatest space of service.
This is ideal. And everyone's still saying, give us more, give us more. And you're like hearing it takes 2. And everyone's like, oh my God, this is the greatest day on the planet. And you're vibing energetically and you are all heart-based.
Yeah.
This is like, you are changing lives. And again, heart, this is what 3HQ. And now you're hearing the song. We're going to go to step 4, and step 4 brings you back to the head. Step 4 is when you do a micro pop. One thing, and I want you to think about your power song again. I want you to think about what you are saying in the third, the movie in your mind. What are you telling them? What is one small thing that you could do to help them? What have you done? What's one thing to become more visible? What would that be right now? Right now, what could that be?
I mean, I could send emails to people that I know that are looking for speakers.
Okay. Micro pop is the smallest thing. So send an email, one email to somebody that is looking for a speaker, or put your list together on who might be a list of 3 that you could, or you go online and you check out ChatGPT and you say, what are some stages that I could be? One small micro pop. So here's what's just happened. This gives you a chance to step away from the relaunches of life, to step away from things that are going to still be there when you're done with this. Right. And what if you did this before every single meeting? What if you tuned in? Because, hey, again, things are happening in the world, global relaunches, personal, professional, and we still need to keep going with our business.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of times we still have to show up. So how do you energetically show up where it's resonating with what you're trying to do? So before I got on your show, I tuned in. And my challenge or my inspiration, my ideal of what I want my intention to be for this, because it can be a challenge, can be good and bad, right?
Right.
Either way.
Yeah.
I said, I want to make an impact. I want to share this where somebody out there resonates with it and understands the value that they have within them to be able to tune in. 4 steps, super easy.
Yeah.
I then had my power song, and I have different power songs for different things that I'm trying to accomplish. I went through it, moved my body. Then I had that visual where I am on a stage, I'm on your stage. People are like, oh my God, how'd you do it? Oh, where'd you come up with this? And I'm sharing and sharing. And then the fourth micro pop is I went into your Zoom and started our conversation. So now imagine I do this 3 times a day.
Yeah.
I've done 15 micro pops. You talk about being able to accomplish goals, objectives, prioritization. This is allowing me to law of resonance, resonate with what I'm actually, I said clarity, clarity, resonate with what I'm trying to actually do every single one of the meetings on my calendar. So I want you, as well as everyone listening, practice tune in. I got a great PDF that's free. You can go to tuneinpowertool.com. It gives you the steps. It allows you to write these things down. Again, we're stimulating more areas in your mind, just lighting things up. That's what we're going for, so that you get your daily dose.
Yeah.
How do you feel right now?
I feel great. I mean, I feel light, I guess, too. Like it feels lighter. Yeah.
So I want you to practice this. And the best part, everyone can become a master at this. Everyone can get certified. I'm certifying you all right now as tune in masters. And the more you do it, it's a 2-minute process. 2 minutes is all it takes.
Yeah. I think it's powerful for a couple of reasons. First of all, I just love the rewording of relaunch. I think just rewording that, like life's challenges or things that are coming up, like relaunch sounds not, I wouldn't say maybe not fun, but it does. It's kind of like, it's exciting a little bit to think about relaunching versus like, I have this transition, you know what I'm saying? Or I have
a
pivot.
launch, or I'm doing a pivot. Exactly.
Right. Yeah. So I love that you did that with that word, because I think that'll be something someone can take away and just reframe a word that is creating so much maybe negative thoughts or things that are going on in their mind. And then I do love that, this is a process anyone can do, because I feel like a lot of women that are listening, we don't tune in. I say check in, similar to you with a tune in. They check out, right? Like
They tune out. They tune out.
Right. And we're trying to numb, we're trying to work our way through something or avoid. And this is just a really simple process that, again, once you get the process down, like you said, it's 2 minutes. Like you're worth 2 minutes. Your goals are worth 2 minutes. Whatever you're going through is worth the 2 minutes to get that. Get yourself back into that higher self so that you can show up for your family and show up for what's in front of you. So I just really appreciate the detail that you went into sharing that process and taking me through it vulnerably.
Well, what's interesting? We all understand energy. We all understand when you walk into a room and you have that moment of like, wow, bad energy in the room or good energy in the room. And what people don't realize is that they have the ability to change that. And so when you think about this, there's a study, there's things called mirror neurons within us. And there was a study that showed 2 monkeys, and they both had probes on their head, and one monkey had peanuts, and they were, breaking the shell and putting it in the mouth. And the other neuron didn't have any. And what happened is the monkey who didn't have any watched the other monkey break open the shell, put it in the mouth, and the same areas in the brain were being lit up. Yet the monkey didn't have it. So imagine you go on to a Zoom and there are people on there. And a lot of times, you got a little bit like tired midway through a long Zoom. You have the ability to literally tune in, elevate yourself. And next thing, I've had people say, I don't know what it is, but whenever you're on, we accomplish more. We're like taking the next steps. It's very clear because I'm clear.
Yes. And you're bringing the energy. You're bringing the energy to the room. Yes. Yes. I would agree with that. I do feel that way. Like when I was visualizing being on the stage, like that is the energy that I bring in the room when I'm at my highest self and thinking some of those thoughts. And, so yeah, that's really powerful. And again, the fact that this is something that anyone can do on their own, like to be empowered. Like I feel like so many feel like, well, I have to go here or go there to get, no, it's within you. You get to bring this alive inside of yourself. It's a choice to do that. And now you have this process that Hilary shared with all of us. So I really challenge the listeners to today, take yourself through this process and put it in your calendar like you would any other appointment for yourself. We don't miss our hair appointments because they're important to us. And we can schedule our next hair appointment at that appointment. So make this an appointment with yourself.
I have a really great story that kind of brings it all together.
Okay.
About 5 years ago, my mom was diagnosed with colon cancer, stage 4 colon cancer. And growing up, one of our favorite things to do was to blast Diana Ross throughout the house, and we would sing it. And we had gone to a few concerts together, and she gets sick. And over the next 12 months, we realized that it's taking over her body. It's not going to end well. And I hear that Diana Ross is going to be playing in Las Vegas. And I thought, you know what? I am taking my mom to see Diana Ross in Las Vegas at the Wynn. And I am going to have my mom meet her. And so I just put that out, tuned in. Step 1, I literally used my process, and this is why I'm sharing it. Step 1 was my mom is going to go to this and by the way, she was in a cane at that point. And so I start calling people. I start bringing in like, okay, I need to meet someone. I find out that Diana Ross doesn't do backstage anymore. She doesn't do meet and greets anymore. I mean, it was like, no.
Right.
No,
doors closing.
Like slamming. Like it's just not going to happen. And I even had a friend who was like a bigwig agent, and he's just like, Hilary, I wish I could help you. And everyone, they heard the story and they're like, I still can't. Yeah. So I finally showed up with my mom in Las Vegas at the show. I still had no idea how this was going to happen, but I was like determined, and I had tuned in hundreds of times going through the process of seeing my mom with Diana. That was that visualization, the mini movie. Yeah. I had Diana wearing this like outfit that was just like off the charts. So we're in our row. My mom is on the far end. So we're kind of like at the, place where there is the row ending. And I lock in with Diana Ross, and she's up on stage, and she touches her big hair, and I touch mine in the same exact way. Then she does like a move, and I kind of do the same move. And all of a sudden I'm like, okay, I am fully locking in on the mirroring neuron component here. Yeah. And I've got my song. It was already like coming on. I'm like, oh my God, this is so good. Next thing she knows, she says, or next thing I know, she says, I'm going to bring somebody up on stage. I'm going to dance with them. This is, okay. Well, she points to someone, they pop up, and I'm thinking, my mom can't get up on stage. Like really, there's no way she could get up there. So all of a sudden that she calls another person up on stage. I'm like, no, it can't be that. This is not the end of this story.
This was not part of my movie.
Yeah. So all of a sudden I put my hair and I kind of put it behind my ear. And next thing you know, Diana does the same. And I'm like pointing to my mom, and she says, you know what I'm going to do? Diana Ross says, I'm going to get off of the stage, and I want to go down, and I want to meet somebody in the audience. Wow. She beelines right for my mom. Wow. She is singing. She is like, my mom is singing. She gives my mom this gigantic hug. She says something to my mom in her ear. They literally have the connection moment. Yeah. My mom gets to literally meet her right there, talking to her. And at that point, I have to tell you, I was like, oh my, this works.
Yeah,
like
that's what
beyond
I was thinking.
expectation. miracles. It works. It works. It works. So that's always
incredible.
my, like, when people are like, I don't know how much does this really work? I'm like, oh, and I have like hundreds of stories now.
Right.
It just works. It works. Use the process, use the 4 steps. Number 1, the challenge or intention, get super clear on what you wanted. I knew exactly what I wanted. Step 2, my song. Yes, I knew exactly. It was lighting me up. I was doing this over and over. Step 3, I saw my mom, and funny, I didn't see him on stage. I just saw them together. And then the micro pop was continuing to visualize and see different ways that I could make it happen. Who else could I be calling? How else can I do this? I had to keep myself energetically at that high level.
Yeah. I love it. What a beautiful memory for you. And
it really was.
Yeah. Yeah. And a beautiful story to share with everyone. And I know this is resonating with so many of the women that listen to this show. And like she said, just get started with it. Don't overthink it. Don't allow the head to take over and overthink the process. You have the steps now, and you have the story that she just shared to really kind of inspire you in a big way. So I appreciate you sharing all of that with us. Such valuable interview today. If there's one thing that you could leave the audience, the listeners with, what would be one thing you would want for them to know?
I would say we all have the exact same type of brain. We all have the mind to be able to change anything that we want. As you just said, faith over fear. We now understand that survival brain is going to keep us safe and familiar.
Right.
But in order to have the things that you're going for, we got to have a snow globe moment. We got to shake things up.
Yeah.
Or things will always stay the same.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. And just one step, what's one step you can take in that right direction, or in that direction?
Yeah. Tune in.
Like you said, don't jump the Grand Canyon here. Let's just take one step. What does that look like for you? Everyone has a next step. Yeah.
Tune in. Just start the tune in process again. It will, and this is what I love. I would love to hear from people.
Yeah.
Because I call it my best peak performance habit that I've ever taught. I've ever, if I can give one thing to people, if I'm going to be known for one thing, it's this 3HQ tune in, because it changes everything.
I love it. Well, tell them where they can connect with you, Hilary, if they want more information, or if they just want to say, wow, that episode was so great. Tell them where they can.
Well, I appreciate that. So you could go to relaunch.com.
Okay.
relaunch.com. And then you can also find me on Instagram, and it's my name, Hilary DeCesare, and it's 1L, Hilary, and DeCesare is DeCesare. And DM me and just say done, that you've done 3HQ. Done.
Yeah. Love it. Love it. And they can get your book on Amazon or anywhere?
They can get it anywhere. And that's Relaunch, Spark Your Heart to Ignite Your Life. And the podcast is Relaunch to a Rich Life. Relaunch to a Rich Life. We just changed the name, and I'm super excited. I think we're about to hit 300 episodes.
That's awesome. Well, congrats. I love that. Well, we'll put the links to everything in the show notes. I really appreciate you taking the time to come on the show and just share all of your amazing insights and stories. And I know that they'll be definitely checking you out.
Martine, thank you again.
All right, friends, I will catch you on the next episode. Well, that's a wrap, friends. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. I really hope it met you right where you are and gave you some encouragement for your day. Could you do me the biggest favor and leave me a rating and review? Seriously, it's the best way for you to support the show. And while you're there, be sure to follow the show so you never miss an episode. Thanks again. And until next time, I am believing in you always.